guys, it's Liv and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be making a TikTok recipe of Auntie Anne's cinnamon sugar pretzel nuggets or whatever. I think that's what they're called. So I'm going to be following the recipe directly. I'm not like using anything else, but I did write down the recipe just so I didn't have to like keep going back and forth in the video. And I'll play you guys the video right now. And also probably put a link to it just because it's not mine. But yeah. So we're gonna get started right now.
Cinnamon sugar pretzels are my favorite thing ever, and I'm gonna change y'all's lives with this recipe. So we'll start by mixing a tablespoon of yeast and a little bit of sugar with a cup of warm water. Let that sit for a little bit. And then we'll add 2 tablespoons of regular and brown sugar, a tablespoon of melted butter, a little bit of salt, and 2 cups of flour. Then gradually we'll add 3/4 more cups of flour. We will let that knead for 8 minutes, and then we will cover it and let it sit for 30 minutes. Then when our dough is ready, roll a handful out at a time to about 8 inches and then cut them into 1-inch pieces. Then add 1/3 cup of baking soda to some boiling water. Put your pretzels in for about 45 seconds, then lay them on some parchment paper. Bake them at 425 for about 8 minutes. And for our icing, we'll mix 2 tablespoons of butter with a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. We'll mix in 2 tablespoons of milk and 1/4 cup of vanilla extract. Now to finish it all off, once our pretzels are out of the oven, dip them in some melted butter and then coat them in cinnamon sugar. And those are our homemade pretzel bites. These are delicious. Auntie Annie's, you should hire me.
Okay, so the first step is to add a teaspoon of active dry yeast to warm water. Okay, that seems like enough. And then she said a pinch of sugar in the comments, so we're just gonna do a little bit of sugar. Now, it says to sit for a bit, so we're gonna put that to the side. Okay, let's work out. Alright, so I think this is enough time. Probably. Hopefully. Yeast does not smell that good. Alright, then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons white sugar. That's a little heaping. And then 2 tablespoons brown sugar. Okay, 1. 2. We're gonna add 2 cups of flour. So there's 1, 2. Okay, so we also have a dough hook. I think this is what it's called. I think that's what the TikTok has. So we're gonna use that. Tablespoon of butter. We're just gonna melt this. It says pinch of salt. We're gonna do that. Oh shoot. Okay. This butter looks melted enough, so we're gonna add that, and I think we have everything. All right, that looks like incorporated enough. So
We'll let that knead for 8 minutes, and then we will cover it and let it sit for 30 minutes.
Oh,
and when
shoot.
our dough is ready,
Knead for
roll
8
a handful
minutes.
out at a time to about 8 inches, and then cut them.
all right, I wasn't calculating. I'm gonna let this keep going. I don't know if that's what's supposed to be happening, but that's what's happening to mine. So we're gonna go with it. Oh, okay. Alright, so I think it's been probably 8 minutes. So we're gonna take it off and we're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes to rise. So this is what it looks like before, and we'll see it after. Okay, definitely rose. Okay, so you're gonna take a little piece of your dough and roll it like about an inch diameter, and then they said 8 inches or whatever. You're just gonna roll it out a bit, and then you're gonna cut into 8-inch pieces, approximately, or 1-inch pieces, and then just set it off to the side. And then I have water boiling on the stove right now. Okay, so this is what they look like. They're not perfect, and I don't really know if it's gonna affect the way it cooks. I think this is what she was aiming for, but this is kind of what I got. So we're gonna go with it and see how it turns out. All right, so the water's boiling, so we're gonna add a 1/3 cup of baking soda. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. All right, and then we're gonna add, I'm just gonna add a few at a time for 45. We're gonna put them in slowly. All right, so we're gonna put a few in for 45 seconds. And then you're gonna take it off and just let it sit until you put them all into the oven. All right, so we're gonna just start by spreading them out now. I don't know if they're gonna get much bigger, and I have them on paper towels just to dry. And then we're gonna put them in the oven for 8 minutes. So this is what they look like. There's a lot of water on this one, but we're gonna see if it makes a difference, because, you know, if you're lazy, we'll see what happens. And then we're gonna put it in the oven for 8 minutes at 425. They got obese. Okay, so the baking soda kind of made a mess on the thing, so just be prepared for that. That's what the water looks like, kind of nasty. But I just have some, I have 3 tablespoons of melted butter and then cinnamon sugar. I did about half cinnamon, half sugar. I'm probably gonna need, I have another thing of this, but I just wanted to start off with a little bit just in case I didn't need it all, but I probably will. So I have that, and then there's 3 minutes left on the timer. So once it comes out, we're gonna just dip it in the sugar, and then dip it in the butter, and then dip it in the sugar. They look like pretzels. Yes, they are. I'm just going to dip it in butter. Oh my gosh, this is like... Okay, so this is the finished product. I think I accidentally burnt some of the bottoms when I put them back in. And they don't look as, like, I don't know. They look really dark. I feel like the Auntie are a little different. So maybe I like messed up the ratio of cinnamon to sugar.
Okay, so I definitely added way too much cinnamon to my cinnamon sugar. I asked my mom, like, oh, how much? And she said half and half. Don't do half and half. I would definitely do like at least 1 part cinnamon to 2 parts sugar. Definitely do more sugar than cinnamon. I think it'll taste better, and then they look more like the Auntie ants. But yeah, so there's my little interruption. Continue.
But they look good, and I'm gonna have my brothers come and taste test them. Aaron.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Pizza, and I want you to make it. Do you approve?
Mm-hmm.